The release of Overwatch's 30th hero is fast approaching. For the past 2 years, we've had a new hero release around the end of February, with teasers about their identity coming out in the weeks prior. So, who could it be this year? We've collected a list of the top 10 contenders. The Junkertown Queen has been a hotly requested hero since the summer of 2017, when the Junkertown map was released and we first heard her voice.
Listen up, you wretched scum. I see your struggles, trying to survive in the wasteland.
Fan reaction to the reveal of the character was very positive, and if Blizzard did want to make her a new hero, they've had plenty of time to work on her. However, with the release of Hammond, we got another character connected to the Junkers, and he was also teased in the posters around the map. So would a fourth character related to this section of the universe make sense? The other question is around her toolkit. It looks like she uses some kind of glaive or axe in the pictures, but with the struggles that Blizzard have had around balancing Brigitte, the idea of another melee fighter might not be that appealing. However, if there is a way to make her function as a tank, she could certainly be one of the top contenders. Ekko was revealed at BlizzCon last year, and many players quickly jumped on the possibility of her being a new hero, and it was confirmed by Jeff Kaplan that the development team is definitely interested in making her playable. However, he also confirmed that she will not be hero number 30, so while she's probably on the way, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. One of the earliest rumours of a new playable character was Xiao, one of the founding members of Overwatch. They were destined to be revealed as part of the First Strike comic, which told the story of the founding of Overwatch and their first mission. However, Blizzard made the choice to scrap the comic after a number of changes were made to the game's lore that were not properly reflected in the story. So where does this leave Xiao? Well, it's never been confirmed that they were just retconned out of existence, and there are still references to them in the canon, so we can assume they still exist, but we basically know nothing about them. However, this is also probably the biggest appeal of Xiao as a new hero. As we know almost nothing about them, they can look however the developers want, and their role and mechanics can be designed around what we need in the game rather than a preconceived idea. The closest thing we have to a picture of them is the original cover for the comic, but even this isn't confirmed as being them, and seeing as the book was scrapped, it's not canon. One of the most requested character concepts since Overwatch's release has been an evil Omnic, and when Maximilian was revealed in the Doomfist comic, and then we saw him again in Moira's origin video, he seemed to be the answer to our prayers. He's a member of Talon's council, meaning he's a character of notable power and influence. However, one thing to note is that we've never seen Max do any fighting, choosing instead to leave it up to Widowmaker and Doomfist. It could be that combat isn't his thing, preferring instead to profit off Talon's activities and grow his power that way. Emre was a member of Overwatch who was first mentioned last year in a report about a mission called Operation White Dome. At the time, it turned out to be a red herring, and the content was actually a tease for the release of Brigitte, who hit the PTR a few days later. However, he still remains a possibility for a new hero. In much the same way as Xiao, we know very little about them, outside of the fact that they were picked to work alongside Torbjorn and Reinhardt on a mission, meaning he's probably a talented soldier. This again means that the options for his design are left wide open and he could fill any role. Lynx 17 is one of the more interesting possibilities on this list. They were first revealed in the Zarya comic and assisted her in hunting for Sombra. They're a talented hacker but not on the same level as Sombra, which could make for an interesting character. Perhaps they could hack allies instead of enemies to improve their damage or heal over time. The other thing about Lynx being a playable hero is that they could bring us back on board with the Sombra conspiracy storyline, something that hasn't really progressed much in the past year. There has been a long-running rumour that Athena, the Overwatch AI, could become an upcoming hero. However, with the reveal of Ekko, this no longer seems like a possibility, although what connection Ekko has to Athena is still up for debate. Ever since Diva's animated short, players have wanted to know more about the other mecha pilots, so could one of them be the next hero? It seems very unlikely on the surface, as each of these characters would be very similar to Diva in design. However, Diva has been one of the most picked heroes for well over a year. Her kit is one of the most powerful in the entire game, and requests from players for a hero that's similar to her have been rising, in the same way that Orisa was released as a similar but alternative hero to Reinhardt. Sanjay is another character who has existed in the game's lore for a long time. He works for both the Vishkar Corporation and Talon, linking him to one of the most central plot points as well as one that hasn't been explored that much. So far, he hasn't shown any abilities and seems to be more of a management figure within Vishkar, whereas Symmetra is a hard light bending architect, which is where she draws her powers from. He's certainly a possible hero, however many of the plot points around Vishkar could perhaps be better explored with a map of Utopia, the Indian city built entirely from hard light. And perhaps Sanjay is better left as a villainous character that has the potential to perhaps be killed off in the lore. Spen is an engineer and former friend of Torbjorn's. In the Destroyer comic, he repurposed a giant robot called a Titan to become a weapon of incredible destruction. However, eventually, Torbjorn was able to stop him and shut it down. Spen could certainly be a potential new tank hero, although probably using a machine much smaller than the one shown in the comic. The comic was also released back in 2016, so there has been plenty of time to turn him into a playable hero. Of course, hero number 30 could also be someone completely new that we've never met before, and we know that Blizzard have 6 new heroes planned out already, so undoubtedly some of them will be people we don't know yet. So what do you think? Will hero number 30 be one of the ones on our list, or will they be completely new? Let me know in the comments below. As always, this is James Facas saying thanks for watching, and enjoy the game.